All right. Hello and welcome to our Lunch and Learn on COVID response and readiness resources. We're going to go over a few different things today. We're going to go over some of the resources that are free to educators, to students, to families, and to organizations. We're also going to go over a remote work checklist, which is similar to what we went over in our last Lunch and Learn, which if you missed that or you wanted to watch it, it is available on our YouTube, which we are recording this and we'll be sending this out post this. So if you need to jump off or you want to go get a sandwich or whatever, you don't have to hang around the whole time as this will be sent out from the recording. So to kick things off, I guess you can see my face here in just a moment. There I am. And now we're going to go over the PowerPoint presentation that we have provided. So here is today's agenda. First, that is the introduction. This is it. Welcome. We're going to go over video chat and events. So you are currently in an event. But we're going to go over some video chat as we know that this is one of the more highly used functions of Microsoft Teams these days. I know that since we're all sitting at home now, we're wanting to engage with friends, family, coworkers, etc. So it's not only about meetings anymore. We're also having virtual happy hours. We are having morning coffee. We're just catching up with friends. So video chat and events have become a much bigger thing these days with the COVID telework and mandates. We're also going to go over the remote work checklist. That are things that you want to make sure that you're covering when you're working from home. We're going to go over some Microsoft resources. This is where it also includes the educator resources, the student resources, and the family resources. They're all free, really cool. They're on our website, but I'm going to go over how you can access those. We're also going to go over staying the course. Throughout this, it doesn't look like it's going to be ending this week. Or next. So we'll go over some tips to staying the course. And then we'll go over technical support. As Capital Presence, we are here to help. There are multiple ways that we are helping you for free, and we'll continue to do so. And some of these free resources and technical support that we're going to be pushing out, these Lunch and Learns are just part of it. So let's get started. So first, video chats and events. So like I just said, we are an event right now. So events are up to 10,000 attendees, which is pretty cool. And then the difference between an event and a meeting is an event, anyone with the link can get into it. So if you are not a member of Capital Presence, but you're still able to get into this event, you are through the live event link. So it's open. You can make it open to the public. That is something that you can control internally. So let's say if you're a major enterprise organization and you want to make sure that all of your more than 250 people in your organization are part of this live event, then you can host a live event internally that's private to your organization. That way you don't have random people hopping into your event. Which is pretty cool as well. That's good. That's good for all hands meetings for enterprise environments, or if your business has more than 250 people in it. So first bullet here is they're called video calls for a reason. So make sure your video is turned on when you are having these video calls. While these meetings, they do come with dial-ins. You can just dial in via phone if you wanted to. You can just join with audio only. A lot of desktops don't have video cameras, but I would highly suggest ordering a video camera off of Amazon or wherever you order your video cameras from these days, as it adds an extra added communication aspect to your meetings. Plus, people want to see your face. You're used to seeing them every day in the office, or you're used to seeing them around town or at your events or whatever you're seeing people. Nowadays, we're locked in our homes, so we're not seeing people as frequently, and we want to make sure that we are still getting that face-to-face interaction, although it might be virtual. So that's bullet point number one. They're called video calls for a reason. Make sure you are using your video. You don't have to look great, right? Everybody's in the same boat here. We're not you don't have to put a suit and tie on, or ladies, you don't have to get all done up or whatever. I know we had a call this morning where one of the women was like, "Oh, my hair's a mess." Well, all of our hair is a mess, right? We're all locked in the house together. Throw a hat on. This is a very unique situation where people you're not expected to have it all together right now. So I'm in sweatshirts. I'm actually in sweatpants. I know you can't see my pants, but I'm in sweatpants right now. So just embrace it and turn the video on, because people want to see you. They don't necessarily care about how you look. They just want to interact with you. But as we might have seen on the internet, make sure you turn your video off if you're doing it on a phone when you're going to the bathroom. Somebody got caught with that. So make sure you're turning your audio and video off if you do have to make a bathroom break during during your meeting. Meetings for Teams. There are team meetings within Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Team meetings, they do have video and audio in the conference bridge as well, but they're for 250 people or fewer. If you do have to go bigger than this, you're going to have to do a live event, but your teams should be less than 250 people. A good number is, keep it within your division, right? I know that if you run Agile, we run Agile in our organization, and we abide by the 2 pizza rule. So what I mean by the 2 pizza rule is if your team or meeting group is too large of a number of people to be fed by 2 large pizzas, then you probably need to condense that team around a little bit. I know not everybody abides by this, but that's something that we abide by. It keeps those meetings smaller, more interactive. You don't have multiple people talking over each other, and it's a little more intimate. That gets me to live events. Live events, I went over this, the Microsoft 365, which you're going to hear me call it that now. Office 365 just recently rebranded to Microsoft 365. Everything else is the same. They just, I guess, wanted to throw Microsoft instead of Office in there. But the live events are their broadcast style, like this. You have producers, presenters. You could have a lot of different tools. There's a Q&A available, which if you do have any questions, go ahead and hit our Q&A. And this is a more broadcast TV type style of things. It's similar to a Twitch. If you guys have ever used the Amazon Twitch functions before. And this is the broadcast style for up to 10,000 attendees. So a much greater audience. Some of the things that you want to make sure you're doing when holding these video calls is you want to train end users. So this is new to your environment. You want to make sure that your users know how to do this. We have some free videos up on our YouTube page that will help you get used to the video. And the note there I have is the only way to get good something is to use it. So you're not going to hop on Microsoft Teams the very first time, just rolling it out to your organization and everybody automatically uses it, right? It doesn't work that way. It would be cool if it did, but it doesn't. So there is training videos, there's help sections within your Microsoft Teams that, and then when I get into the technical support, I'll touch on some of those. And then raise awareness. So how are people supposed to know how to get in touch with you via video or else if they don't know what applications you're using? So let everyone know that you can use the Microsoft Teams application to get in touch with you. There's a lot of other good apps out there when you're talking to friends and family that some of them have games and but if you're using Microsoft Teams or using any of those other video-based communication applications, just make sure people know how to get in touch with you, share a link, do whatever you need to do. But spreading the good news is the only way that people know you're there. So the remote work checklist, that's our next topic of discussion. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back real quick because one of the most frequently asked questions, and I don't have the Q&A board open right next to me. So Jason, if anyone asks this, then I'm just going to go ahead and answer right now. But one of the most highly asked questions that we're getting right now through our chat bots on our website, which you can ask questions. They don't have all the answers. We are filling Cloudette up with more and more COVID stuff and Microsoft Teams stuff as those frequently asked questions come in. So if she responds in a way that you didn't expect, don't get frustrated. We're working through this. One of the most popular questions and topics that we're getting right now is the number of people in the video call. So currently right now, Microsoft Teams has 4 members of the video can be seen at once. If you're sharing a document, that's up to 9. people can be shared at once. And that's the video. There are small circles that pop up that show the other. So if there's 4 video, you'll see the other 5 small circles. That's how Microsoft Teams does it. Currently, they are updating this as of March 30th. They're working through a way to update this. I will say that if you wanted to see all members and you're in a meeting, you can hit that 3 ellipsis and then show attendees, and it'll show you everyone who's in the call. You might not have video of their whole face. You're not going to see all 20 or 250 people in that team call at once. You're not going to see all their video like some of the other applications are trying to do. But you will see your whole attendee list, so you'll know if people are there. And then if you call on them, if they're speaking, then their video will be shown. So it only shows the 4 most that are either speaking or that are within your join list. So just because you only see 4, it's not the same 4. It's dynamic. So if they speak, then they'll become one of those 4. So something to keep in mind. So back to the remote checklist. So the remote checklist. So this is a checklist of things that you want to make sure that you're doing within your home and your environment to make your day more proactive or productive rather throughout your day, right? This remote work, is new to so I have someone works with kids in the office, which I have 4 children. 3 of them are in school, and so this is now the principal's office as well. So, but yeah, so this is make sure you have your day for the most part. We might get a few visitors during this conference, and that's part of this as well. You just have to embrace it, right? But make sure you set up your workspace. You also want to communicate often. So part of remote work is a lot of people get frustrated that they can't just walk down the hall, knock on your door, or just pop in. So make sure that you're constantly communicating. Let people know if you're stepping away. A lot of people, when you're remote working, they expect to see that green circle to say that you're there all the time, which we know is just not realistic. Sometimes we have to step away to go to the bathroom. Sometimes we just want to go get a drink. Sometimes we just want to stretch or take a walk around the house. Just let people know. You can do that through your away messages in your conference, or you can just let the people know that, or not your conference, in your application of Microsoft Teams, or you can just go ahead and ping people and say, hey, I'm stepping away to get a breather, and people will understand. You don't have to be wiggling your mouth or sitting there for 8 hours the whole time, right? It's okay for people to get up and walk around. That also leads us to the next point, which maintain healthy boundaries. Do not sit at your computer for 8 hours, right? I think that the healthy people, what they say to do is you should stretch, keep your eyes away from a computer, and walk around for at least 15 minutes out of every hour, right? So with that, you can do it all at once, obviously, but you want to make sure that you're getting up for at least 15 minutes every hour, stretch, get a glass of water, take your eyes away from a screen. I'm actually wearing my glasses today. I usually don't wear my glasses, but I've been staring at screens for the last week because everything's been so crazy with this that my eyes have been strained a little bit. So make sure that you're abiding by that 15-minute rule. Every hour, you just get up, take a stretch, take a breather, use the bathroom, get a drink of water, clear your mind and set some healthy boundaries between work. That also is important for the 9-to-5 rule, right? It's very easy to work more than 8 hours during a remote session, right? So, nowadays we're waking up and we're already at work, right? We're already at the office. So make sure you still set those timetables to say, okay, 8:30 I'm starting, or 8 o'clock I'm starting, or 9 o'clock I'm starting, right? That's when work starts, and then work ends at 4, 4:35, 5:30, whatever it is, or you shut it off and you step away. It's very easy to work over hours and to burn yourself out because it's right there in front of you. So make sure you're maintaining and setting healthy boundaries. You should also embrace online meetings, right? We just went over this with the video. Make sure that if you're taking online videos that you're just having fun with it, you're turning on your video camera and you're embracing the fact that these videos are online and not in person. Be mindful and inclusive, right? So it's very easy when you're working from home to only communicate with a few different people. And then there's a couple other members who are getting left out. Whereas in an office environment, they might be able to, pop in, see you when you're getting coffee in the kitchen or whatever, and they still feel included in your daily work. Make sure whenever possible you're using the communication platforms in Microsoft Teams or whatever application you're using. Hopefully it's Microsoft Teams, and you're using the team chat as much as possible to include as many members as possible, and you're not just having the same video call with the same 2 or 3 people. Record your meetings. So if you're recording your meetings and maybe somebody had to have an emergency, right? There's a lot of different things going on these days with the COVID. Hopefully everyone's healthy. But if somebody has to go pick up a prescription or do some sort of emergency or have to deal with a kid, maybe they fell or need food or whatever it is. There's a lot of other obstacles that are going on right now. Make sure you're recording your meetings. Microsoft Teams does not record meetings by default. You have to turn it on. And then after you record those meetings, the recording will be sent out to people. They'll be able to go back to it, and it'll be saved within your organization's stream channel for future use and to go back on. So it's a very good tool to have. And if they missed a meeting, they can always go back on it. You don't have to send them the notes, which if you take the notes in the meeting, then they'll always have those as well. Make up for missing hallway talk. So we are doing this at our organization through virtual happy hours, coffee sessions on Mondays. We're sending gifts. We have a Yammer set up, which you all are welcome to join. There's a sign up online where you can request to join our Yammer, where we're just going over. We're sharing COVID and SBA information of how to go through the loan. We're sharing gifts. News, announcements, sports, polls. There's lots of ways where you can make up for missing hallway talk. We just keep things light and fun. You want to bring teams together. So similar to the last couple points, you want to make sure that you're bringing the greater group together and not just focusing on 1 or 2 people. And that last bullet is probably the most important bullet, and that's to have fun. It's very easy to get frustrated and kind of feel like you're constrained right now, especially with everything that's going on. So just have fun whenever you can. Snapchat actually just recently paired and said that they are releasing filters. You can actually go on our website blog and you can find the filters to add Snapchat filters to your Microsoft Teams meetings. It's really cool and really easy to do. So if you wanted to vomit a rainbow in the middle of your meeting or wear a cat on your head, you could. And I would encourage that to make sure people are having fun and you're still getting your work done. So now we're going to go into the Microsoft resources, which this is the bulk of what we're going to be talking about, and it's for the rest of the time. And a lot of things are really good that I wanted to make sure everybody was aware about. So first is the education and family section. So this is actually on our website. It's a pop-up right now, but I will be adding it to the homepage so that everyone will be able to see it. So by the time this video, if you're watching this as a recording, you'll be able to see it on the homepage. Right now it's just a pop-up, but this was actually shared throughout our marketing email this week just to get people ready for this. But there's a lot of resources. And so one of the ones that we wanted to highlight is the education and family resource. And so those 4 pictures right there all link to resources provided by Microsoft for free for children ages 3 to 12, for family resources. Like there's Minecraft, there's PBS, there's all kinds of different family resources and then there's student resources and teacher resources here as well to help through the education distance learning that's going on. I'm in Fairfax County in Virginia, and our schools have been closed. They haven't even done any distance learning yet, at least at our school, which I think it starts in 2 weeks. So a lot of parents are now forced to do at home. Right now, you're a teacher, you're the principal, you're everything right now, right? So take advantage of these resources. They're free. And then if you're an educator, there's also resources for you here as well. That'll help you, get creative with your online courses. So I'm actually going to pull up that site now to show you what all is available to you. So just give me one moment while I pull this up. Alrighty, here. So here it is. So hopefully, hopefully you can see this now. So this is the education and family page. And so if you click on any of these, you'll be pulled up with, this is the home and family resources. So it'll go over some of the creative office templates, etc. Find a game to play. You see Minecraft, that's a favorite in our household. And so this one right here is the student, the family learning center. So they break it down by age. So you have ages 3 to 6, right? How to build a dinosaur, have a dance party. There's 6 to 9. You know, that's the motion animation. Make summer plans. Learn about planets, etc. And then there's the 9 to 12 age where you're learning about AI and some of the more computer things. It's really cool things that you can do here. It's all free, provided by Microsoft. You can create a home learning schedule if you wanted to. So to organize your day. And then this is probably what your kids actually really care about. But there's Minecraft. You can write a letter. It'll teach you how to write a letter, make a scrapbook. PBS, you can build with Legos. Here's that PBS what I was talking about, Scratch Junior, Discovery. There's just a lot of different resources here that you can go through. United States of America, that's a pretty cool one. And so this is something that, like I said, is free, provided by Microsoft. It's linkable on our website, which we'll make sure that we put it up. And then for the education part of it, here is for the education team. So this is to help you as an educator and your students. As you can see, this was posted a couple weeks ago, but it is pretty good in terms of going over available resources and guidance on remote learning. And then there's the Minecraft Education Edition and a lot of different things. So Microsoft actually owns Xbox. I don't know if everyone is aware of that. And Xbox, obviously, it has a big pair with Minecraft. So Microsoft and Minecraft do a lot of work together, which definitely helps with educators and children. So like I said, a great resource to use right now. So if it is available on our website, I'll make sure that it's on the homepage for everyone to see. So now I'm going to go back to the slides so that everyone can see what we got for the rest of the time. So these resources, like I just went over, include teacher conference resources, home and family resources, Microsoft Education for students and teachers, and then that Family Fun Learning Center that I showed you for ages 3 to 12. And we just went over the Discovery Minecraft stuff that is there, all free. So staying the course. It's important to not burn out during this time. It's very easy to try and feel like you have to get everything done in one day. Setting those boundaries is extremely important, even if it's just 10 minutes a day to do certain activities. My son and I have started guitar lessons recently through an online portal, and it's broken down into lessons, and it's really cool. And so we're just doing one lesson or 10 to 15 minutes a day, and you'll be amazed at the amount of progress you do if you just chip away at shortly and small. Whereas if you try to do it all for a couple hours one day, you might be able to keep that up for a couple days, maybe a week, but throughout the whole process, you're not gonna be able to keep up, and you're definitely gonna burn out. Again, communicate as much as possible. I'm an extrovert, so this time has been an interesting time for me. Like I said, I've worked at home for years, but I was always allowed to leave the house and to go see people. So I use Microsoft Teams and have a lot of video conferences throughout this time. Have fun. Like I said, I talked about Snapchat filters. We talked about ways that you can have fun, new virtual happy hours, etc. Don't be afraid to be silly, right? So this is probably a time right now where is really going to reshape kind of what we think about a professional work environment. Currently, the professional work environment is you go to the office, you kind of be even keel. It's a very old school thought process. Some environments like the Googles, the Microsofts, the Amazons, those were kind of they were on the cutting edge where you could sit in a beanbag chair, or you have the open workspaces, and there's video games and all kinds of different things in the office. And a lot of people kind of looked at that and thought, oh man, that would never work. Well, now with this remote environment, people are more real these days. And so that while it's important to still stay professional in your work environment, you don't want to be cursing or anything like that, but we can still be silly and have fun. You can have games, you can wear fun t-shirts, you can put the filters on. You know, this whole thing is really going to change the way that I believe that the work environment and businesses do business, right? It's going to force people to innovate. I think we're going to see a lot more silliness and playfulness and fun and employee interaction and games and stuff like that. Not only through the COVID, obviously, but even and beyond. And then embrace the situation. We can't change it. Right. I will say that make sure you guys are staying home and abiding by any laws or advice that leadership has put in place. But embrace what we're doing. Embrace this stay-at-home and remote environment, and just have fun with it. I've replaced all the doorknobs in our house with new doorknobs. Go out and have fun. Have fun with your family, or if you have a roommate or what, or even if you don't, just get on a video conference and walk outside and check out nature or whatever. Stay 6 feet away and stay in your home and neighborhood if that's where you are. But just have fun, embrace the situation, and take advantage of the time away from office. So that leads me to technical support. So I have about 2 minutes here, so I'll be really quick. But Capital Presence, we're here to help. Our experts, and we've been working with Microsoft Teams and doing remote. That's what we've been doing for 4 years. That's what we were founded on. Is our hashtag is work wherever. So we are built on helping companies work remote and work from anywhere. We've run campaigns called Work from a Beach. There's lots of different things, right? This is what we do. We are experts in remote work and Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365 adoption. So don't be afraid to reach out to us. We're offering 3 free 30-minute consultations and demos on how to use Microsoft Teams and Microsoft 365. So go to our website, book a demo. We'll be happy to walk you through and answer any questions you might have. We've also provided free learning playlists and platforms within our YouTube. So if you go to our YouTube channel, if you don't subscribe to us, just go to youtube.com and search for Capital Presence. And you'll be able to see our Microsoft SharePoint and Microsoft Teams learning. That Microsoft Teams playlist, you can copy that URL and put it into a tab in your Microsoft Teams environment, and then you'll always have those learning training videos available for your team. So if they get stuck or anything like that, they'll be there. So it's just a free resource we provided. And then you can always reach out to us on our website or our contact page. So you can try Cloudette. You can reach out to us at our contact form. You can email us if you really wanted to. We abide by a quiet the inbox here at Capital Presence, where we don't email internally. So we kind of try to minimize as much email as possible. But if you really wanted to email us, you can email us at support@capitalpresence.com, and we'll get back to your email or contact, and we'll set that call up and we'll answer any questions. We've already answered a lot of you guys that are coming to our website, asking simple questions like, how do I get more video? How do I do this? Or how do I do that? Because you guys are starting to get forced into Microsoft Teams or other video conferences, and maybe you're just exploring. We've had a couple of larger organizations come to us, some government organizations that have been rolled out, and they're just looking for help, and that's why we're here. So I'll take this time to answer any questions. I know we're over the time, but if you guys do have any questions, happy to help. If not, you just go ahead and shoot us a message, and we'll get to that. Like I said, this will be posted throughout all of our social platforms, and will be available on YouTube. So if nobody has any questions, I'll go ahead and end this call. And thanks for joining. I'll leave it on for a couple minutes. Jason, did you have anything to say?
No, yeah, just overall, everyone stay safe. And like we said, we're here for you to answer your questions. We've been working remotely for a long time, and I couldn't imagine not having Microsoft Teams to bring the team together, organize information, share files, schedule meetings, and really drive customer value and internal knowledge. So we're here for you, and we thank you for your time.
Thanks, guys. We'll be posting this out and sending this out. You can still use the Q&A, but we're going to go ahead and end this session. Thanks for hanging out with us. Take care. Stay safe.